Hello everyone, welcome back to the data science program. In the previous video we have started functions in Python, and in this video we'll be continuing functions only, and this video is going to be short and simple. In this video we are going to discuss a topic under functions only, which is args versus kw args, arguments versus keyword arguments. So I'll take you guys to the Collab notebook where we'll discuss this topic, and it's going to be a short video, so you don't have to worry too much about this video. So I'll take you guys to the Collab notebook where we'll discuss that topic. So I have written the definition and some theory. So initially we will not discuss the theory part. So what we will do is we will directly discuss the function and how we are using the keyword and args and kw args, and then we'll come back to this definition part and I will explain this definition. So till now we have created functions, and we have created function for adding two numbers, for checking whether a number is a even or odd. So suppose we are creating a function for adding two numbers. So let's say we are creating a function, we are using def keyword, and we are keeping the function name as sum, and we are using two parameters because we are adding two numbers. So and then what we are doing, we are simply return a plus b, and then we are calling the function sum, and we are passing the value. Let's say a is 10 and b is 20, so we will get the output as 30. I'm executing this code, we are getting the output as 30. Let's say we are simply I'm copying this and I'm pasting over here. So let's say this time what we are doing, this time we have to add three numbers. So we have to write the logic for adding three numbers. We are creating a function and we are adding three numbers. So I'm pasting this, and this time we will use three inputs. We are using one more input c, and we are adding one more c, a plus, we are returning a plus b plus c, and this time we are giving one more c value, and that is equals to, let's say, 30. So this time we will get the output as 30 plus 30, which is 60. This time we will get 60. So we are getting 60. Till now we have created a function for adding two numbers and a function for adding three numbers. Here we needed two parameters, here we needed three parameters. But what if someone is asking us to add five numbers? Then we have to give five inputs, a, b, c, d, e, or any parameter of your choice. Let's say you don't know how many parameters you need. Let's say someone is asking you to use multiple parameters. You don't know how many parameters we are going to use. For such cases only we have to use args. So suppose you have multiple parameters here, then what we can do, so now I will write a function where we will expect multiple inputs as a parameter, and we don't know how many inputs we are expecting. So instead of this a, b and c, we can use star args. So let's say I will create a function with multiples, let's say multiple parameters. So using args, actually we have to use args only. So what we have to do, we have to simply type def then sum, and right now we don't know how many inputs we need. So what we have to do, we have to simply use star args. We are using star args. So star args, and then rest everything is going to be the same. What we are doing here, we are simply returning okay. What we have to do here is, let's say we have a sum equals to 0. We are keeping the sum equals to 0, and after that what we will run a loop for I in args. So let's say we have 10, we don't know, but we have 10 inputs. So we will run a loop for I in args. So let's say we have 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So initially the I value is going to be 1, then 2, then 3, and up to 10. So for I in args, what we have to do, we have to keep sum equals to sum plus I. So initially sum is 0, so 0 plus 1 in the first iteration I value is going to be 1, so 0 plus 1 is going to be 1, so we are storing 1 inside sum. In the next iteration 1 plus 2, which is 3, then we are storing 3 inside this sum, and so on. And after this, what we are doing, we are coming out of this loop and we are return sum. We are returning sum. Right now we don't know how many inputs we need, but while calling we can provide as many input as we want. So what we are doing, we are simply calling the function sum, and you can we can give any number of inputs of our choice, any number of inputs. Let's say we want to add 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, 99, 566, any number, and if you execute this piece of code, we will get the output. It's taking a bit of time, but we will get the output. See, we are getting 689. You can use your calculator to check whether we are getting 689 or not, but we are getting 689. So what's the use of args? When we don't know how many input we are expecting, when you don't know how many parameters we are using, we have to use args. This is non keyword argument. Keyword arguments, kw args means it will create a dictionary. So in args what happens is whenever Python finds this star args, it creates a tuple. So let's say we have given these many inputs, so it creates a tuple and stores these values inside a tuple. So it's creating a tuple and storing all these values inside a tuple, and we are using this. So whenever we don't know how many inputs we are expecting, we are using args. And so I've written the definition. Now I'll come back to the definition part. The args and kw args, in Python we pass variable number of arguments to a function, like we are passing variable number of inputs A and B using special symbols. The number of arguments, in Python we pass variable number of input to a function using special symbol. These two special symbols are args and args, which is non-keyword argument. This is non-keyword argument. Here we have used non-keyword argument. Keyword argument means whenever you have a key and value pair, just like dictionary. So we are a non-keyword argument. This is for args, non-keyword argument. We are passing non-keyword arguments, and kw args is keyword argument, where we are using key and value pair just like dictionary. We use them when we are unsure about the number of argument to pass. So suppose we are creating a function for adding two numbers. Here we are sure about the parameter we want to pass, so we know we have to add two numbers, so we are passing A and B. But here we are not sure, we are unsure about how many parameters to pass, so we have passed these many inputs. So let's say if we can add few more. Let's say we are adding 1000, one more 1000, and if you run the cell, we will get the output. So here we are unsure about the parameter, the number of parameter we want to pass. That's why we are using args, which is a non-keyword argument. And now we'll come to this kw args. So I think create a function. I will write star args. Args. I will write it inside this bracket only. I will write it. This and now we will study kw args. We denote this by kw args. Okay, and I have to use comment kw args, or I can simply remove this. I will simply remove this. Why to use this bracket? So what we are doing, we are now we are studying about kw args. So kw args, in kw args what we are doing, we are basically using the key and value pair. So let's say we want to show the actor's name and the first movie, the name of the movie in which he acted as a first movie. So let's say we have Sushant Singh Rajput, his first movie was Kai Poche. So we want to display actor's name and then his first movie name. So what we can do, we are keeping the function name as show, and inside show what we are doing, we are because we are unsure about the number of parameters to pass, we are using kw args. Kw args because we want to display actors and his first movie name. it's a key value pair, so that's why we are using keyword argument kwargs. And then colon. Now what we have to do here is we have to use a for loop. For previously we have used for I in args, but here because we are using key and value pairs, so what we have to use key comma value. You can use any alphabet, you can use I comma j as well. For key comma value in we have to use kwargs dot item. What we have already discussed about items. What item does is it basically creates a tuple of key and value pair. So what we are doing, we are iterating on this item which has a tuple which has a key and value pair. So we are fetching key and value, we are iterating in kwargs.item, and we are initially in the first iteration we are taking key and value from this, and then so on. So we have this, and then what we want to do, we want to print first we are printing key, and then we will use this string. Let's say we are using this arrow just for the proper look, and after this we are printing value. So what we have done here, we are unsure about the number of parameters to pass, so we have used keyword argument because we want to display actor's name and his first movie name, so it's a key value pair, so we have to use kwargs, and we are not using args. And then we are iterating key comma value in kwargs.item, and then we are calling this function, and we are calling this function show, and let's say the actor name is SSR Sushant Singh Rajput, and his first movie is Kai O Che, and then we have one more actor, let's say Varun Dhawan, and his first movie name was Student of the Year. We have these, I think we don't have to use space here. Varun Dhawan, and then story, Student of the Year, and then let's say we have one more any actor, let's say SRK, we are using SRK, and then Divana. His first name was Divana, if I am not wrong. So we have these many actors, we are displaying actor's name and his first movie name, actor's name and his first movie name, actor's name is first movie name. And if we execute this piece of code, we are getting Sushant Singh Rajput, Kai Poche, Varun Dhawan, SRK, Ivana. We are getting these, we are actually displaying actor's name and his first movie name. So if you have a key value pair like a dictionary, a keyword argument to pass, you can use kwargs. Otherwise you can use args when you are unsure about the number of parameters to pass. And now we will finish this. Python finds args internally, it creates a tuple. We have already discussed whenever Python finds this arg, it basically creates a tuple and it stores the this input inside this tuple only. During this kwr, whenever Python finds this kwargs, it creates a dictionary, a key value pair. So here we have provided SSR, Kai Poche, Varun Dhawan, Stoti, and SRK, Divana. So basically when Python finds this kwr, basically creates a dictionary and it stores these values. So that's about this. And it's not one more thing I have to teach you guys, it's this just because we are studying about arguments and kwr arguments, we have used this args and kwargs. This is just for simplicity, otherwise you can use any word of your choice. So what I will do is I will show you guys one more. I will I will show you guys one more example. Or as let's say we are multiplying we are creating a function which will multiply multiple numbers. So let's say we are using args and then we are coming and what we are doing, we are keeping the product equals to 1 initially, and then what we are doing is initially we have and then we will run a loop for I in args and we will update product equals to product into I, and then we will simply call this function multiply. We are passing 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. We have given these many inputs. So what I'm trying to show here is, let's say if we are running this, we will get the output as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. I think we will get 1 into 2 6. Okay, args product for I in product equals to product. I think there is some I have not returned. We have to return this. We have to return product. We have to return product, and now if I run the cell, we will get the output as 1 into 2 into 3. See, we are getting 120 as the output. But what I'm trying to show here is, if you want to use any other word of your choice, this is just for simplicity, because we are dealing with arguments and non-keyword arguments. Python has kept this like basically this is for readability, because you are dealing with arguments and non-keyword arguments. We are using args and keyword. Otherwise you can use any, let's say right now Jawan movie is doing wonders, like it's one of the biggest hits in Indian cinema, if I'm not wrong. So let's say we are using that word only, Jawan, and instead of this args we are using the same Jawan. And now if we run the cell, if we execute this piece of code, we will get the same output. We will get 120 only. See, we are getting 120. That means you don't have to use args only. It's not mandatory to use args and kw args. Similarly, what I will do, I will use that kw args one. I will use this example. I will copy and I will paste it over here. And instead of this kw args, what I will do is, see, instead of this kw args, I will use Jawan. Ultimate SRK. He's doing great, so that's why I'm using his movie name. So instead of this Jawan, I'm using this, and if I run the cell, we will get the same output. It does not matter whether you use the same word or any other word of your choice. You can use any other word of your choice. It does not matter. So, and then it's not mandatory to use. And one more thing I have to tell you guys is, see, we are passing these arguments. We are passing a comma b, c. We are using arguments. We are passing kw args. So whenever there will be like sometimes what will happen is, like sometimes you guys will be using all these like normal arguments, args and kw args. So whenever you are using all these, the order is going to be in this way. It's first you have to use normal arguments like a comma b, then args. If you're using all the arguments in one place, you have to use normal argument like this, a comma b. Then if you're using args also, then you have to use a comma b comma args, and if you're using k args also, then at last you have to use kw args. So this was a small video only. It's a simple concept, so you don't have to worry too much about it. If you just, what you do is you basically go through this video and practice once, and then you'll be comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, you can watch this video again, and that's going to be more than enough for you guys. So that's about this video. Thank you for watching.